Hello Internet, Andrew Potter back again for another episode of Life of Pi. Don't really have anything to say on this one, so I guess we'll just get started. Let me look ahead to see what we're going to read. We're going to read, I think we're just going to do let's do 26 and 27 this time. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do chapters 26 and 27, so let's get started. A few days after the meeting on the Esplanade, I took my courage into my hands and went to see Father at his office. Father? Yes, Basine? I would like to be baptized and I would like a prayer rug. My words intruded slowly. He looked up from his papers after some seconds. Oh, what? What? I would like to pray outside without getting my pants dirty, and I'm attending a Christian school without having received the proper baptism of Christ. Why do you want to pray outside? In fact, why do you want to pray at all? Because I love God. Aha. He seemed taken aback by my answer, nearly embarrassed by it. There was a pause. I thought he was going to offer me ice cream again. Well, Petit Seminaire is Christian only in name. There are many Hindu boys there who aren't Christian. You'll get just as good an education without being baptized. Praying to Allah won't make any difference either. But I want to pray to Allah. I want to be a Christian. You can't be both. You must be either one or the other. Why can't I be both? They're separate religions. They have nothing in common. That's not what they say. They both claim Abraham as theirs. Muslims say the God of the Hebrews and Christians is the same as the God of the Muslims. They recognize David, Moses, and Jesus as prophets. What does that have to do with us, Basim? We're Indians. There have been Christians and Muslims in India for centuries. Some people say Jesus is buried in Kashmir. He said nothing, only looked at me, his brow furrowed. Suddenly business called. Talk to Mother about it. She was reading. Mother? Yes, darling. I would like to be baptized and I would like a prayer rug. Talk to Father about it. I did. He told me to talk to you about it. He did? Did he? She laid her book down. She looked out in the direction of the zoo. At that moment, I'm sure Father felt a blow of chill air against the back of his neck. He turned to the bookshelf. She turned to the bookshelf. I have a book here that you'll like. She already had her arm out reaching for a volume. It was Robert Louis Stevenson. This was her usual tactic. I've already read that, Mother. 3 times. Oh. Her arm hovered to the left. The same with Conan Doyle, I said. Hey, Arthur Conan Doyle. Her arm swung to the right. R.K. Narayan? You can't possibly read all of Narayan. These matters are important to me, Mother. Robinson Crusoe! Mother! But Piscine, she said. She settled back into her chair, a path of least resistance look on her face, which meant I had to put up just a stiff fight in precisely the right spots. She adjusted a cushion. Father and I said your religious zeal a bit... Father and I find your religious zeal a bit of a mystery. It is a mystery. I don't mean it that way. Listen, my darling, if you're going to be religious, you must be either a Hindu, a Christian, or Muslim. You heard what they said on the Esplanade. I don't see why I can't be all 3. Maji has 2 passports. He's Indian and French. Why can't I be a Hindu, a Christian, and a Muslim? That's different. France and India are nations on Earth. How many nations are there in the sky? She thought for a second. 1. That's the point. 1 nation, 1 passport. 1 nation in the sky. Yes, or none. There's that option too, you know. There are terribly old-fashioned things you've taken to. If there's only 1 nation in the sky, shouldn't all passports be valid for it? A cloud of uncertainty came over her face. Bapu Gandhi said, Yes, I know what Bapu Gandhi said. She brought a hand to her forehead. She had a weary look. Mother did. Good grief, she said. Interesting chapter in that we're seeing Pi stick up for himself and fight for himself where it matters most, and that he is gonna fight for what he believes in. He also at this point has started to recognize certain visual cues from his mother, in that, okay, now I know I have to argue like this based on this look, and then this look means I have to argue like this kind of thing, which is you figure that out at around that time in childhood, so that makes sense. Nothing mind-blowing, just a very good idea of, why can't you be multi-religious? Why is it that you can only believe in one faith? That doesn't make any sense to me. But again, religion in general doesn't make sense to me. Like, it makes sense that it helps people, but yeah. Alright, chapter 27. Later that evening, I overheard my parents speaking. "You said yes," said father. "I believe he asked you too. You referred him to me," replied mother. "Did I? You did. I had a very busy day." "You're not busy now. You're quite comfortably unemployed by the looks of it. If you want to march into his room and pull the prayer rug from under his feet and discuss the question of Christian baptism with him, please go ahead. I won't object." "No, no." I could tell from his voice that father was settling deeper into his chair. There was a pause. "He seems to be attracting religions the way a dog attracts fleas," he pursued. "I don't understand it. We're a modern Indian family. We live in a modern way. India is on the cusp of becoming a truly modern and advanced nation. And here we've produced a son who thinks he's the reincarnation of Sri Ramakrishna. If Miss Gandhi is what being modern and advanced is about, I'm not sure I like it," mother said. "Miss Gandhi will pass. Progress is unstoppable. It is a drum beat to which we must all march. Technology helps and good ideas spread. These are two laws of nature. If you don't let technology help you, if you resist good ideas, you can dumb yourself to dinosaurhood. I am utterly convinced of this. Miss Gandhi and her foolishness will pass. The new India will come." And Tichi would pass, and the new India, or one family of it, would decide to move to Canada. Father went on. "Did you hear when he said, 'Bapu Krishna said all religions are true'?" "Yes." Bapu Gandhi. Bapu Gandhi. The boy is getting to be on affectionate terms with Gandhi, after Daddy Gandhi. What next? Uncle Jesus? And what's this nonsense? Has he really become a Muslim? It seems so. A Muslim. A devout Hindu. All right, I can understand. A Christian in addition. It's getting to be a bit strange, but I can stretch my mind. The Christians have been here for a long time. St. Thomas, St. Francis Xavier, the missionaries, and so on. We owe them good schools." "Yes. So all that I can sort of accept. But Muslim? It's totally foreign to our tradition. They're outsiders." Well, I guess it's not just us who think that, huh? And by us, I mean the nation I live in, not me myself. I think I'm very hippy-dippy in this belief, but I believe all land is human land. Like, why can't we all just be where we want to be, you know? That just makes sense to me. Be where you want to be. They've been here a long time too. They're 100 times more numerous than the Christians. That makes no difference. They're outsiders. Perhaps it is seen as marching to a different drumbeat of progress. You're defending the boy? You don't mind it that he's fancying himself a Muslim? What can we do, Santosh? He's taken it to his heart, and it's not doing anyone harm. Maybe it's just a phase. It too may pass, like Miss Gandhi. Why can't he have the normal interests of a boy his age? Look at Ravi. All he can think about is cricket, movies and music. You think that's better? No. Oh, I don't know what to think. It's been a long day, he sighed. I wonder how far he'll go with these interests. Mother chuckled. Last week he finished a book called The Imitation of Christ. The Imitation of Christ! I say, I wonder how far he'll go with these interests, cried father. They laughed. Well, that's the end of chapter 27. Again, it's a nice chapter. You're seeing the parents' perspective on this child's beliefs that is so odd to what they're used to. You know, he's a very different child, and I think that's great. But again, it's not, it's about him discovering himself, I think, is the point of the book. It's not for others to understand him and where he's at in his life. So, I think it's great what he's doing. I think, it's very interesting. It's a very opening idea. It's, how do I word it? I think it's, and I think it's a very, unfortunately, I think this is a little stereotypical of a parenting format of the mother is the one who's willing to believe in the child and the father is the one that has to have the hard time believing this child's beliefs or understanding why the child has to have beliefs in the first place. I think that's very stereotypical of novels and media in general, of just dads aren't open to new ideas and moms are always loving their children more than anything else. I think that's seen everywhere. So I wish maybe it changed it up, I wish maybe he'd changed it up. It kind of doesn't make sense for the mother at this point, just because she's been very do the normal thing, do the normal thing, do the normal thing. Whereas, if anything, I would like to see that flipped, because the mother has been very do the normal thing, do the normal thing, do the normal thing, while the father has not been openly religious himself. He kind of just said, let's go get an ice cream, and kind of avoided the idea of the three religions not accepting him, kind of thing. So I would have liked it if he had been like, well, I'm not religious myself, I can understand it is an important thing for you, so let's, just let you do how you have to do it, kind of thing. That is the end of this video. If there was anything in there you wanted me to go into more detail about, feel free to comment below. And as always, feel free to like and subscribe. Thank you, and have a good one.